Hey guys, just giving a quick review of the Sunrace 10-speed cassette that I've had on here. I now have 1,600 miles on this cassette. This is an 1142 10-speed. I believe the model is CS-MX3. And I purchased this on eBay a few months ago for about $55. And I went with this because it's cheaper than the Shimano. It weighs a little bit more, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to run a 1x drivetrain for my upcoming race. And I wasn't sure if I didn't do that, I was probably just going to stick with 10-speed. But if I did switch over to the 1-speed drivetrain, I'm going to switch over to the 11-speed. And I've heard the 1x drivetrains can wear out chains quicker. So far, after 1,600 miles, I don't have any significant wear on the drivetrain or the cassette. The first nine sprockets you see are, I believe, stamped steel sprockets. And then your largest one, that really bright silver one at the top there, that's an aluminum one. And that one has very minor spots of wear. But I am overall incredibly pleased with how well it's holding up. I did a race, my friend Jen had a race called Turds of Misery, and it was about almost 10,000 feet of climbing and 125 miles, and I rode a fully loaded bike, so it was about 55 pounds when I started. And I have a 34 tooth chainring up front. This is a 42 in the back for my climbing gear, and I could feel it in my legs. The next day I was hurting. By the end of the race I was standing up and pushing down on the pedals on some of the hills. So this isn't the ratio I'll be running for my upcoming race, but I have complete confidence that a 1x drivetrain will be sufficient for the American Trail Race. And anybody looking to check out different ratios, I definitely recommend trying Sunrace for a little bit cheaper. They do weigh a little bit more than your typical one. Your typical SRAM. I think SRAM has some of the lightest cassettes in the market, and then Shimano's are fairly heavy, and then these are even a little bit more heavy. But if you're not using it for your race, it's great for training. It's a great way to save some money. This one weighs 393 grams. And for example, the one that I'm going to use for the race is made by a company over in Eastern Europe somewhere called Garbaruk. And that weighs, I think, 330 grams. So 60 grams lighter, and it goes 1148. So definitely a larger gear ratio. And those are all stamped steel, with the largest being aluminum, just like this. So anyways, I hope this helps. If you have any questions about the Sunrace cassette lineup, I might be able to help you out. This is really the only one I've used, and I've had a very positive experience with it. I feel the shifting's pretty crisp. You know, you have a few bigger, larger gaps versus running, say, an 1134 cassette with a double chainring up front, but that's to be expected. That's what you're doing to get rid of that front derailleur and that extra chainring up front. And after using it for 100 miles or so, I really like it. I like the simplicity of the 1x drivetrain. I feel your cadence is much more centered, much more focused. Getting rid of that front derailleur is pretty great, and with the larger cogs that they're coming out with, you can still do a lot of climbing. So yeah, be good, and thanks for watching. Hope this helps.